environmental collapse, sweeping social injustice, pandemics. There are some pretty serious difficulties in the world today, and a person could spend their entire life trying to remedy just one of these and still never come to a solution. Like a hydra with 100 duplicating heads. Sometimes a problem seems too immense, too intractable to ever be solved. Could it be that we're just not thinking about them in the right way? This is ASU. A wicked problem is a distinction that exists in contrast to tame problems, and describes a category of complex and ill-defined problems that are difficult or potentially impossible to solve because of incomplete or contradictory knowledge, multiple stakeholders with conflicting values and interests, and uncertain, dynamic, and unpredictable behaviors and environments. The term wicked problem is often used to describe problems from domains like environmental management, social policy, or urban planning, which are characterized by no clear problem definition, no optimal solution, and no objectively right or wrong answers. A tame problem can be solved by applying existing knowledge and techniques. X plus 2 equals 4 is a clearly defined problem that immediately invokes a whole set of unambiguous procedures to solve it, that will result in an objectively true answer. A tame problem is well suited to rational, rigid, and scientific methods. A wicked problem, on the other hand, is defined by complexity, uncertainty, uniqueness, and incompleteness. It's worth pausing to form a distinction between complexity and complicatedness. Complex systems have interacting parts that exhibit emergent properties, nonlinear behaviors, and sensitivity to initial conditions. Ecosystems, economies, and brains are complex. A complicated system, meanwhile, has intricacy, but is often characterized by linearity, predictability, and cause and effect relationships. Airplanes and buildings are complicated. Complicated systems yield to an approach that breaks them down into smaller parts and analyzes each part in isolation. Complex systems require a holistic approach that can map interactions and feedback loops between different parts of a system as it adapts to changing conditions. A machine can be assembled from its constituent parts and set running. A living thing cannot. So, wicked problems, like climate change, defy reductionist problem solving. But does that mean they are hopeless? Not necessarily. Design thinking, with its iterative and co-creative approach to problem solving, is being brought to bear on wicked problems on all levels. By building experimentation, learning, and feedback into a dialogue and deliberative process, the idea is that design can offer new points of traction on many of the defining characteristics of wicked problems, like complexity, uncertainty, and incompleteness. The concept of wicked problems is a framework for understanding and ideally addressing complex and persistent problems that defy easy solutions. But the uniqueness of every wicked problem means that no one approach will apply to every challenge. So, while the concept of wicked problems may not tame any hydras, it gives us a new way to approach the beast. We can recognize that common, simple solutions, such as cutting off one head, won't succeed, because this particular problem has unique elements that make that a self-defeating way to go. But, much like a hero facing down a mythical beast, when taking on the monstrous problems of the modern age, understanding what you're dealing with is the best first step. This was ASU. Thanks for watching.